Today, National Coffee Day. So, raise a cup or two or six and celebrate. We have a special guest on the show this morning who not only founded her own coffee company, but is making sure our teachers are getting some too. Welcome back to the Morning Mix. Frankie Volkema, good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. So, for those who haven't heard about Joven Coffee, how did you start it and when did you start Joven?
I started Joven after I heard about a problem that there weren't enough young farmers coming into the coffee producing industry. So then I reached out to a couple youth programs, and we have two coffees that pay high prices to those young farmers so that they can make their coffee farming an actual career for themselves.
I love that. We hear so much about sustainability, in farming, but this is sustainability in the industry. I mean, you're getting these beans, this coffee, from producers that are, what, under 35?
Yes, 35 or younger.
Which actually makes the name make a lot of sense. For those who don't know, joven in Spanish means young, right? So what are you doing for National Coffee Day with teachers?
Well, because Joven means young, our whole purpose is to help young coffee farmers, but we also want to help young people in our community. And one of the most influential people in a young person's life is a teacher. So we wanted to be able to support the teachers in our community. And I know one of the things that a lot of teachers enjoy and also maybe need to help them teach, especially during this virtual learning, is coffee. So we wanted to share that with them.
Did you hear that, teachers? Free coffee. That's got to sound really good right now, especially with the world that we're living in. So kudos to you for doing that, for not only helping the industry itself, but for obviously helping those teachers. Now, I've heard of wine sommeliers, but you're a coffee grader, and you're like the world's youngest coffee graders. Now, tell everyone you were 13 when you started now, how old you are now, and how you became the world's youngest professional coffee grader.
Well, I'm 14 now, so it's been about a year, a little more than a year since I got the certification. But the whole process was just, I went to a course where I learned a lot about coffee, and I learned about how to grade better and sort of the techniques. And then I took a bunch of tests. I think there's 19 exactly. And so I passed 18 of them in the first week that I was there. And then I just had to go retake one in a different date. And that's how I passed.
We're getting some shots of you surrounded by bags of coffee beans. Tell us a little bit. Let's dive deeper into those beans. The Joven Coffee of two single origin coffees. And tell people who might not know what single origin means and what they might be drinking that isn't.
Right, okay. Single origin means that it just comes from one place. Because there are also blends, which can be like maybe a coffee from Ethiopia and a coffee from Kenya blended up together in a coffee, and it still tastes really good, but it's from two different origins. So single origin just means it's like completely only from Colombia or completely only from Burundi. So that's so a lot of people don't know what that is, but that's what it means.
And then you get yours from what two places once more?
So one of our coffees is from Colombia in a region called Cauca, and then one is from Burundi.
And that's in Africa?
Yes, in Africa.
All right, so one Colombian coffee, one African coffee, and only from coffee farmers 35 and under, so those younger farmers are able to sell their products and sustain the industry as well. Don't forget, she is giving free bags of coffee, free coffee away to teachers for every bag you buy. So do that now, between now and October 4th at jovencoffee.com. For those who don't know, Joven is spelled with a J, Joven, coffee.com. All the information right there on your screen. Or you can go in store to Schul Coffees and Sparrow's Coffees and get yourself a cup. Thank you so much for joining us again this morning. It was great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Oh, I love me a good cup of coffee.